The ketogenic diet, better known as keto diet, is one of the great nutritional trends adopted by Western society in recent years. This diet uses the concept of ketosis to achieve its benefits. People tend to think of ketosis as a diet, when in fact, it is a state that our bodies enter when certain conditions are met. Temporarily entering a state of ketosis can have multiple benefits in addition to losing weight. All thanks to the way in which the body consumes energy once it enters this state. In our intermittent fasting video, we explain this process in depth. If you haven't seen it, be sure to watch it after this video. In short, the food we eat is processed into glucose. A large percentage is used by our cells to produce energy, and a small percentage is stored in the liver and muscles as a storage for energy. When we continue to eat more than we need, we end up forming fat from the glucose we store. This is when fat starts to accumulate in our bodies. The ability to create fat from glucose saved us as a species millions of years ago. When humans were nomads, there were periods when food was plentiful, but with the change of seasons and migration, there were also periods when there was no food available for consumption. Eating more than necessary, and having the ability to create fat reserves, allowed us to generate energy for our cells by using fat. This allowed us to survive until food was available again. This process, commonly known as burning fat, is what we want to achieve with a state of ketosis. To train our body to use our fat reserves as energy generators, burning that fat in the process and getting rid of it. If our body trains properly, it will begin to use the glucose stored in our muscles and in the liver. When these reserves are depleted, it begins to use the fat it has accumulated, producing compounds known as ketone bodies that serve as sources of energy. In these ketone bodies are the mental, energetical, mindful, metabolic, weight control, and immunologic benefits that are widely mentioned about the keto diet. There are three main methodologies to enter a state of ketosis. First methodology, fasting. When we stop eating, glucose stores are depleted, and our body makes a metabolic switch to consume fat as an energy source. Again, if you haven't seen our video on intermittent fasting, go and see it. You will find it as a clickable card at the end of this video. Methodology number 2. Fasting during physical training. By exercising during fasting, the consumption of glucose stores in our muscles and liver is accelerated and the metabolic switch to burn fat is reached faster. The third methodology is the keto diet. This type of diet is based on studies carried out by scientists since the 1800s, where they showed that diets rich in fat and low in carbohydrates, if carried out correctly, could induce a state of ketosis in the body. This diet is based on the consumption of 70% healthy fats, 20% protein and 10% carbohydrates. Some examples of healthy fats are those from avocado and its oil, coconut and its oil, olives, nuts, seeds, cocoa, eggs and salmon, among others. Another important aspect is that carbohydrates consumed should come from vegetables, and that protein shouldn't be processed. Therefore, this diet shouldn't allow proteins such as hams, sausages or red meat. The purpose of this diet is to lower our body's glucose reserve. The state of ketosis manages to keep insulin under control. When insulin levels aren't high, the creation of fat storage is not promoted. Have in mind that sugar and artificial sweeteners have the ability to raise insulin levels and bring a person out of their ketosis state. In order to see results with the keto diet, it must be followed step by step according to the considerations recommended by medical experts and nutritionists. If the balance of the diet is damaged, the state of ketosis is exited and the body accumulates fat again. It is important to note that there are people who recommend an irresponsible ketogenic diet and allow their patients to consume any type of fat and protein, telling them to eat bacon, ham, and red meat. The problem with this type of recommendation is that these foods are rich in artificial colorants, chemicals and preservatives, as well as oils and other compounds that end up sickening our body and producing adverse effects in the long term such as heart attacks, strokes, cancer and osteoarthritis among others. Keto diet can be dangerous and should only be considered when recommended by a responsible doctor or nutritionist. This was our video explaining ketosis from the keto diet point of view. We recommend watching our intermittent fasting video to better understand the concept of the metabolic switch and understand in depth how it can impact the way in which our body uses energy. Producing this video required working together with doctors, scriptwriters, graphic designers, animators, and our narration editor. We have a huge library of videos. Subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to see them first. If you like the way we explain, and you want to sponsor one of our videos, please visit our website or contact us at the email that appears on the screen. If you would like to support us, please become our Patreon. We will leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video.